all, today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. After a gap of more than 2 months, Tirumala temple reopens for darshan on trial basis. At around 8 am, the trial run for darshan in Lord Venkateswara temple in Tirumala commenced. Darshan for devotees in the temple is being resumed after a gap of nearly 80 days, and prior to its permanent resumption, a trial run is being conducted to check for any lapses in the new system put in place in accordance with central government rules to ensure the safety of devotees and negate any chances of spread of coronavirus. The first APS RTC bus with 30 TTD employees and their family members started from Tirupati, and at Aliperi, TTD vigilance staff and medical teams clad in white colored PPE suits checked them using thermal scanners. TTD had issued a total of 5,560 tickets online and offline for the TTD employees on Sunday, which would give them their turn for darshan on Monday till 6:30 pm. 250 to 300 people were allowed in the queue lines in the first hour. The first batch of people reached the temple and stood in queues, maintaining a distance of 3 to 4 feet from each other, letting them view the deity comfortably. Southwest monsoon arrives in Andhra Pradesh to cover state by end of the week. The southwest monsoon has entered Andhra Pradesh and is expected to cover the entire state by June 12 or 13. It has reached Chittoor district and is predicted to cover other parts of the Rayalaseema region and some parts of the coastal Andhra Pradesh in next 2 to 3 days. The onset of southwestern monsoon in the Rayalaseema region is usually on June 4 and it covers Srikakulam district, the northeastern part of the state, by June 11, officials of meteorological department said, adding that the slight delay this year is due to a cyclone being formed in the Arabian Sea. As per the IMD's weather report, conditions are becoming favorable for the southwest monsoon to advance into the state within a couple of days and further advance in the subsequent 2 days. Budget session of Andhra Pradesh Assembly likely from June 16. The budget session of the Andhra Pradesh State Assembly is likely to be held from June 16 for at least 5 days, as the Assembly could not pass the budget 2020-21 in March due to the lockdown. The government had promulgated an ordinance so that it can spend money from the exchequer. The government has now decided to convene the Assembly to pass the budget as well as to get approval of the Assembly for the already spent amount. The session will commence with Governor's address on June 16, and the following day, the Finance Minister, Bugana Rajendranath, will introduce the budget. On June 19, the election for 4 vacant Rajya Sabha seats will be held. Meanwhile, the officials are worried over the conduct of the session, as a constable attached to the Assembly and at least 10 employees of the state secretariat tested positive for COVID-19 recently. Divya murder case, Vizag police arrest 6. Vizag police achieved a major breakthrough in Divya murder case with the arrest of the main accused, Gudala Vasanta, and 5 others here on Sunday. The co-accused are Vasanta's sister Manju alias Sandhya, mother Dhanalakshmi, brother-in-law Sanjay, Geeta alias Kumar, and Divya's aunt Krantiveni. All the accused were sent to King George Hospital for medical examination. The police till now examined 15 people in connection with the 23-year-old's murder. According to the police, Vasanta, who gave shelter to Divya, later forced her into prostitution. However, there were differences in distribution of earnings. The murder came to light when locals informed the matter to the police. It is learned that Divya's mother, brother, and grandmother were also murdered. Andhra's Gudimeda villagers oppose COVID-19 quarantine center. Tension prevailed at Gudimeda village in Tadepalli Mandal late Sunday night, with locals objecting to the private hospital on the outskirts of their village as a quarantine facility, fearing spread of coronavirus. A couple of people who were brought to the facility and also policemen were injured in the attack by the villagers. According to police, the district administration has identified 36 persons as primary contacts of the COVID-19 positive case and proposed to shift them to a quarantine center. For this, the administration identified a hostel with 230-bed facility at Gudimeda and made all arrangements from Saturday itself. The center was disinfected, cleaned, and all arrangements were made. The villagers were also informed about converting the hostel into a quarantine facility. On Sunday night, revenue and police officials brought them to the village to shift them to the facility. While 36 persons were walking towards the facility after boarding the bus, villagers in large numbers reached there and prevented them from entering the facility. COVID-19 count in Andhra Pradesh jumps further by 199, two more patients die. As many as 199 more people were confirmed to have COVID-19 and two more people died of the disease in Andhra Pradesh in the 24 hours leading to 9 am on Sunday. In the same period, 59 people who were infected recovered and were discharged from hospitals in the state. Of the new cases, 130 are from Andhra Pradesh and 69 from other states. Andhra Pradesh has also so far recorded 4,659 coronavirus cases, of which 2,660 patients recovered and 75 died, leaving the number of active cases at 1,924. Of the two new deaths, one was reported from Kurnool and the other from Krishna district. According to a media bulletin released by the State Command Control Room on Sunday, 17,695 samples were tested for coronavirus between 9 am on Saturday and 9 am on Sunday, giving the state a testing ratio of 8,502 tests per million people. Kadapa district recorded 32 new cases, of which 26 were from Nawabpet village of Malevar Mandal. With this, the district had recorded 214 coronavirus cases in all. Krishna district meanwhile recorded 23 new cases, of which 19 were from Vijayawada city. Arogya Setu mandatory for mall goers in Hyderabad. Hyderabadis will have to make a choice between protecting their privacy and satisfying their urge to shop, as downloading Arogya Setu app would be mandatory to enter most malls in the city. People would have to book slots online to enter malls and need to have an e-pass, as managements have decided to allow only a fraction of their original footfall. This is apart from wearing masks, going through full body sanitization tunnels, getting thermal screened and having a green status on Arogya Setu, among other protocol. Many people are already averse to visit malls in view of this cumbersome experience. They refuse to download Arogya Setu and do not want to risk their family's health. AR police officer injured as gun misfires in Nirmal. A freak incident, an armed reserve AR head constable sustained a bullet injury after his self-loading rifle SLR gun misfired while he was cleaning it in Nirmal district on Sunday. The injured officer, identified as Shankar Gaud, was immediately taken to the Nirmal area hospital for providing first aid and was later shifted to a hospital in Hyderabad for better medical attention. However, Shankar is in stable condition now. According to police, the bullet pierced through the left side of the injured officer's chest by missing the heart and it ejected from the armpit. It is learned that during the time of the incident, Shankar was at collector's camp office where he was recently deputed cleaning the weapon. Soon after hearing the huge noise of the fire, the officials who were present there rushed to the area from where it emerged and saw an injured Shankar Gaud. One killed, 6 injured as bus collides with sand-laden tipper in Telangana. In a tragic incident, one person died and as many as 6 others sustained injuries after an RTC bus collided with a sand-laden tipper at Kanepalli village under Dandapalli Mandal in Mancherial district on Sunday. The deceased person has been identified as Ravi, 35, the tipper driver and a native of Yacharam Thanda in Kamareddy district. The injured persons were identified as B. Shivkumar, G. Yashoda, G. Ravli, G. Harini, G. Babulal and T. Rajava, who travelled in the bus. According to police, the bus was travelling from Hyderabad to Utnur via Karimnagar with about 17 passengers on board and the tipper was moving in opposite direction. While crossing Kanepalli village, the tipper driver lost control of the vehicle and rammed the bus coming from the opposite direction, after which both the vehicles overturned. The witnesses immediately informed the local police about the incident, who rushed to the spot and shifted all the injured persons to a nearby hospital on 108 ambulances. KCR to take a call on SSC exams on June 8. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao will take a decision on Monday as to when the postponed SSC examinations would be held, keeping in view the spiral in the number of COVID-19 cases in the state. The state government has postponed the examinations, which were scheduled to begin on Monday after Telangana High Court ruled that the examinations could be held in the state except in Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation (GHMC) limits. The government, after veering to the conclusion that holding the examinations on 2 different dates would lead to confusion, postponed them in the entire state. The Chief Minister will confer with Education Minister P. Sabita Indra Reddy and officials at his official residence Pragati Bhavan at about 2 p.m. on Monday and after eliciting their opinion would take a decision. The Chief Minister is expected to consider the request from some quarters to promote all the SSC students and make them eligible for admission to intermediate course without examination, as holding examination is fraught with the risk of the students contracting COVID-19. Actor Posani Krishna Murli slams TPCC leaders. Expressing concern over the Congress failure to raise people's issues in Telangana state, actor Posani Krishna Murli slammed the Congress leader for resorting to personal vilification campaign against Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao and Municipal Administration Minister K.T. Rama Rao. He demanded that the Congress leaders check facts and prove their allegations and said that mere allegations against people in respectable positions without any proofs was not acceptable. Speaking to media on Saturday, Krishna Murli said the opposition parties were trying to paint all the ruling party leaders as corrupt without any evidence. He said the National Green Tribunal has only directed for a probe into the allegations made by TPCC Working President and MP A. Revant Reddy against Rama Rao, but it did not deliver any judgment. Krishna Murli also ridiculed the Congress leaders' allegations against Chandrasekhar Rao on the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation scheme. He said if the Chief Minister took up construction of the Kaleshwaram project for commissions from contractors as alleged by the Congress leaders, one has to assume that the previous Congress governments took up irrigation projects like Nagarjuna Sagar for similar reasons. GHMC Mayor test negative for COVID. Mayor B. Ram Mohan, who underwent a test for coronavirus at Osmania Medical College here on Friday, has tested negative. Ram Mohan had been actively involved in overseeing the progress of different projects in the city and has been personally inspecting the works since lockdown commenced in March. During the launch of a special sanitation drive on June 1, he participated in a program at Adik Meet and had tea at a hotel in the area. Incidentally, it came to be known later that the worker who served the tea to the mayor had joined duty 10 days after recovering from sickness, according to the GHMC officials. This resulted in those close to mayor and other officials suggesting Ram Mohan undergo coronavirus test as a precautionary measure. After the test, its interim report, the Osmania Medical College doctors declared that the mayor's test results were negative for coronavirus. 14 COVID-19 deaths, 154 new cases in Telangana takes tally to 3,650. Telangana recorded 14 COVID-19 deaths on Sunday, the biggest single-day toll in the state. Over 154 positive cases were also recorded, taking the total number of cases to 3,650 and toll to 137. Among the 14 deaths, half were aged between 50 to 60 years, 3 were aged between 60 to 70 years, 2 were aged between 40 to 50 years, whereas the youngest victim was 33-year-old and oldest was aged 85 years. Only 4 of the deceased were females. Around 1,771 active cases are presently being treated in designated hospitals and 1,742 have been discharged. Of the 154 new cases, 132 were from Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation limits. The other cases were from Rangareddy 12, Medchal 3, Yadadri 2 and 1 from Siddipet, Mehbubabad, Sangareddy, Nagarkul and Karimnagar. Gurudwaras across Telangana ready to reopen. Gurudwaras across Telangana would also open on Monday, are leaving no stone unturned to ensure the safety of worshippers on their premises. From putting up social distancing rules on notice boards to making the use of masks and hand sanitizers mandatory, the managements are ensuring that the government's guidelines are followed. Worshippers would be allowed to pray for a brief period. Gurudwara Sahib Amarpet President S. Bhaginder Singh and Gurudwara Sahib Secunderabad President S. Baldev Singh Bagga said detailed SOPs would be laid out. Do's and don'ts would be put up by the Prabandhak committees. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe By and Times.